Good afternoon, everyone. We're going to get started in just one more moment. I see people are still arriving, so hang tight and we will get started shortly. Thank you. All right, we're going to get started. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rachel Cotton. I'm the Community Resource Developer and Perkins Grant Coordinator for the Delaware County Technical High School. Thank you for coming to our open house today for the School of Logistics and Transportation. All of these videos of our open houses will be recorded and posted on our website at dciu.org/dcts. So the programs we're going to be discussing today will be automotive technology, collision repair technology, and logistics and inventory management. And to talk about these programs briefly, we have a short video following this. But what is career and technical education first? Our students here at DCTS are learning different types of education by utilizing different resources of equipment that we provide that matches the industry standards and industry credentials that students can look for to get into programs right away or continue on to future education such as colleges and universities or even different trade schools and further. All of our programs have a classroom component and a lab component, so students are getting as much hands-on experience as they can while we actively partner with different employers to gain more industry understanding to provide the best quality program and high quality program to all of our students to meet the in-demand careers. So this is a short video of all of the programs.
Hi, my name is Bill Jenkins and I teach automotive technology. Automotive technology is a recognized NATEF ASE accredited instructional program that emphasizes the skills to diagnose, service, and maintain all types of automobiles. Upon graduation and following 1 year of employment in the field, students are eligible to take the automotive ASE exam. Successful graduates of this program are qualified to enter the automotive field as entry-level service technicians in new car dealerships or related automotive businesses. When students start in the program, they're introduced to topics such as brakes, steering and suspension, electrical and engine performance. If students believe a smooth running engine is a beautiful sound and want to keep cars running that way while using the most up-to-date tools and equipment, well, that student is in the right place. To be successful, students should be ready to work with constantly changing technology. They have the opportunity to put that knowledge to use with their hands in a timely manner to repair all vehicles.
Hi, my name is Marty Stamper. I teach collision repair. The collision repair technology course is based on an occupational analysis of the auto body field and reflects the entry-level job requirements of the Inter-Industry Conference on Auto Collision Repair, ICOR, and the Auto Collision Technology Standards. The collision repair technology program is designed to give each student the knowledge, understanding, and training needed to secure a position in the collision repair field and/or enter a post-secondary institution. Using state-of-the-art equipment, students are taught metal arc welding, cutting, metal repair, corrosion protection, masking, refinishing, undercoating, unibody inspection, and detailing. They are also taught safety compliance, proper use of tools, and equipment identification. Additionally, students learn details of electrical systems and suspensions and continuously review safety resources, refinishing, and basic welding. Students can also earn their OSHA 10 safety certification.
Hi, my name is Brian Swerzik. I teach the Logistics Inventory Management Program at the Delaware County Technical Schools Fallcroft campus. The Logistics Inventory Management Program introduces students to the distribution service industry. The course curriculum prepares students to work in distribution centers, warehouses, and supply rooms. Students learn safety standard compliance, tool and equipment identification, operation of industrial lift and transport equipment, data entry, and communication skills. People with careers in logistics and inventory management work with an inventory of raw materials and finished parts. They move raw materials to the production line, unload trucks with raw materials, wrap pallets of finished products for shipment, and communicate with traffic managers. Students develop these skills while managing the Delaware County Intermediate Units Distribution Center and the Science Kit Refurbishment Center for elementary schools in Delaware County.
Fantastic. I hope you guys really enjoyed that video. Okay, sorry about that. So now we're on to our programs. To introduce our automotive teachers, we have Mr. Pete Dillon and Mr. Bill Jenkins on this screen right here. And they're going to give you a little bit of information about the different projects that they've been working on.
How's everybody doing? So we got a bunch of stuff going on this year. Right now, we had 2 students just participated in the written exam for the Greater Philadelphia Dealers Association competition that we do every year. And they're going to be going on to the hands-on part of that competition. So at this point, each of those students were awarded $10,000 scholarships towards post-secondary school, either ATC or UTI. And then again, in March, they'll be heading out to ATC in Warminster to compete in the hands-on part of that competition. So we're getting them prepared for that. As well as right now, we're covering primarily the brake system. So students are tearing apart drum brakes and getting trained on that to get through that section of the ASE. Just kind of returning from Christmas break, really. Did I miss anything there, Pete?
Nope, hit it on the head there.
Perfect. Well, thank you guys so much. Our next program is Collision Repair Technology with the instructor, Mr. Marty Stamper.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi. Well, unfortunately, I had some problems, so I had to use my my personal phone. Well, right now we started out the year with safety. We got on a metal straightening. Currently, we are working a couple student project cars. We have a 2017 BMW on a frame machine we're working on. Right now we're going over structural repair. Students are learning how to use the frame machine, use the computerized measurement system. We have another car on our other frame machine. Students just got done welding the cross member in. Currently we are getting the panels all lined up and getting ready to paint. One of the things that motivates a lot of students is being able to work on their own personal cars. Right now, students are finishing up different welding projects. Next marking period, we're going to get into refinishing. All students are going to be prepping panels, kind of doing the same thing that you would do in a body shop. So our goal is to just prepare all of our students for, entry-level positions in a collision repair shop.
Thank you so much, Mr. Stamper. Our next program is Logistics and Inventory Management with the instructor, Brian Schwarzak.
Good afternoon, everyone. So far this year, all the students in the Logistics Inventory Management Program have received their online training with OSHA 10 through CareerSafe. So that's something that not only our students, but all the students in the building strive to do. So we're pretty pleased that all the students have reached that goal. With our Science Kit refurbishment service, we probably processed over 100 orders already this year. So elementary schools in Delaware County receive this service, and the students have really done a great job of getting those orders processed. efficiently and safely. As well as the Science Kit Refurbishment Center, the Delaware County Intermediate Unit relies on our facility at Fallcroft to store most of their facility supplies. So the students also help manage that and help support the Delaware County Intermediate Unit effort throughout the county.
Great, thank you so much. So moving on, after seeing all of our programs, students can apply with this application. It's currently on our website under dciu.org/DCTS, or if you search Delaware County Technical High School, you can also find our website through that as well, and under the Delaware County Intermediate Unit page. We do have a page dedicated towards our application. Your students really need to work with their counselors at their sending school to determine the best fit program for them and to help fill out the application as well. It's great that they can start talking with parents or their guardians and maybe even their friends about what sorts of programs they could be interested in or where they could possibly see themselves. The application can be filled out online. Some counselors prefer to get the application directly to them instead. So please talk with your guidance counselor, but the application can be found on our website. It's a 2-page application. The first page is very plain and simple with your name, your basic information, which programs you're selecting, and a signature from a parent or guardian. The second page, I think, is always most important to the student. It's not only a writing sample, but it's something for them to think about as well. The first question is, why are you applying to DCTS? And the second question is, tell us about your educational interests and goals. I look at these two as like the $1 million question. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Students are always looking at different types of ideas of what they could possibly be. And I think thinking about these questions really helps them narrow down a possible interest of what type of field they might be in, or what type of program they see themselves at DCTS. A couple of things that we offer at DCTS are job shadowing, mentoring, and cooperative education. We do have a cooperative education coordinator that schedules all of these 3 things. Job shadowing and mentoring are very similar, but also 2 different things. They are following around a current employer in the respective field that the student is interested in. Job shadowing can last about a day. Mentoring could last potentially up to 2 weeks, depending on what type of field the student is interested in and what types of experience they want to be seeing. And the last part is cooperative education, where students actually have the ability to go out to a job site and start making money instead of coming to DCTS. They do come to the campus to check in with their teachers and the cooperative education coordinator, but they're really getting that hands-on experience. And then all of these pictures that you see right here are different pictures of students who are actually out on job sites this past year. We do offer 4 student organizations: Skills USA, FCCLA, HOSA, and the National Technical Honor Society. We do not currently offer any sports or other extracurriculars. Students love to ask that question, but I highly encourage them to still participate in sports and extracurriculars at their sending high school. It is very important that they continue in both. They can also continue in our student organizations here, as well as the student organizations at their high school. All of them provide different skill sets and different opportunities for college credit, scholarships, and so much more. We do offer dual enrollment this year for all of our students. We currently offer Widener University. This is the current listing for our fall, spring, and winter, or our fall, winter, and spring courses. These do change depending on what Widener is able to offer, but for the most part, they offer general education courses. We also offer with our automotive program with the Delaware County Community College in their automotive program. Mr. Bill Jenkins also teaches dual enrollment. Mr. Jenkins, would you like to say anything about the dual enrollment?
It's great. It's a great setup. In my opinion, it's the best bang for buck. I think it's $60 a credit. Students can earn up to 18 credits while attending our program. There are a couple additional assignments, but the majority of the work that they get credit for at the college level is completed in our classroom during normal class time. So a student who's in our program for 2 years can, by the end of their 2 years, have completed, like I said, close to 18 credits that they'll be applied towards the automotive program at Delaware County Community College. And we have had some of those credits accepted as elective credits at other universities for students who went on to go to other schools. Like I know our one student went to University of Indiana to study accounting and was able to actually transfer some of those credits as elective credits. So saved money there. I'm sure the elective credits at that university were probably a little more than $60 credit hour. So it's a great opportunity. I encourage our students to do it, all the time. So yeah, that's about that.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Our dual enrollment, we're always looking for new opportunities. So what you see right here, we may have additional colleges or additional courses that we might be offering next year as well, which is really beneficial for all of the students. We also offer what's called SOAR, Students Occupationally and Academically Ready, which is run through the Pennsylvania Department of Education, where students can earn college credit and go to a school within the state of Pennsylvania. The list of schools is on collegetransfer.net. These lists are also located on our website as well, if you would like more information. But students can look and earn a minimum of 6 college credits if they choose to go to one of these schools. Some of them are up to 12 credits, depending on the type of program that they offer and the amount of courses that they're willing to do an equivalency for. Our next college credit are called articulation agreements. These are some of the schools that we currently work with, and I put an example of how these agreements work. These are between our school and one college. So unlike the SOAR agreements that are across the state of Pennsylvania, these are specific programs. So I did put an example that I share with most people is with exercise therapy and sports science. If students can complete those 4 things right there, they are able, to go to Newman University with that same equivalency. And the current colleges that we offer with our automotive collision and logistics program are with St. Francis University, University of Northwestern Ohio, Northampton Community College, Automotive Training Center, and I believe that's it at the moment. But those are the current colleges that we offer. We're always looking for more partnerships, for more opportunities for students to go to different schools. And lastly, this is a picture of all sorts of it's lots of pictures of our students in this program. We are doing all sorts of things every single day. Our social media is at the top on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I post all the time about the different opportunities that students can have and the different projects that they're working on. And it's really neat to check out. And I know we have said so much here, and I want to thank all of the teachers and our staff. We also have our director on the call right now, Dr. Stephen Butz.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for taking the time out of your day to participate in this. I want to thank the teachers for their time and energy with doing this open house. We do have a series of open houses. All of them either have been recorded or will be recorded over the next couple of weeks. So please get to know our programs, and we'll have an opportunity shortly for questions and answers, but by all means, you can also talk to your own school counselor. All the high school counselors have good knowledge of our technical programs, and there is a district liaison at each of our high schools who have been at each of our campuses and know our programs fairly well, but you can also contact any of our teachers or any of our school counselors also. So I want to say thank you to our staff, and I look forward to getting to know the students that apply to us in the spring for next school year.
Perfect, thank you. Dr. Butz did mention that there are more open houses. I did mention that in the beginning. We do have a page on our website that has all of the information for the open houses and the videos that you can find them there, as well as the links to register for the next open houses. We do have one happening tomorrow. That is our next one. Also on this call, I want to introduce Dr. Linda Lomas, the Supervisor of Student Services.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. We're really happy that you could be with us this evening. I supervise, as Rachel said, student services, which includes the school counseling, includes special education, our academic integration coaches, our co-op program, and I also oversee the admissions process.
Thank you so much. We also have our 2 principals on the call as well, Dr. Dan Palmer and Mr. Chris Hansen. I'm not sure if Chris is able to answer at the moment.
Hi, everyone. Welcome, and thank you so much
Fantastic.
for joining us tonight. As Rachel mentioned, I am the principal of the Aston campus. The programs for which we are highlighting this evening are at the Fulcroft campus. So I will let Dr. Palmer take it from here. But thanks for joining us. And obviously, if you have any questions, as Rachel stated, you can contact any of us for more information. Thank you.
Absolutely. I actually don't think Dr. Palmer is on the call at the moment, but we will take some questions and answers in the chat, as well as the Q&A box at the bottom. But feel free to ask as many questions as you would like. From anything from the faculty, is there anything you would like to include? Awesome. Well, we will be waiting for any questions to come through.
So as we're waiting for any questions, Dr. Lomas, could you touch upon what the application process would look like for a student who would be interested in, say, collision repair or automotive or logistics, one of our programs we're highlighting today? Just highlight what the application process would look like for them.
Absolutely. So the first thing that the student would want to do would be to complete the application as soon as possible. We really like to have the applications towards the end of February in order to make sure we get everybody in their first choice of program. So getting that in a timely manner would be really important. Once we receive an application, whether it's online or we get it from the counselor at the school, there's other information that we need to have from the homeschool, and that includes attendance, transcripts, standardized test scores, things that we're required to have as part of our admission process. Additionally, if a student has an IEP, there is a requirement that a DCTS representative needs to attend an IEP meeting for the student who is applying into one of our programs. We do have a large number of students that do have IEPs, and we are able to work with that, but we also have we are a program that has to follow the program of study and the competency task list for those programs. So we'd like to make sure that we take a look at the task list, look at the curriculum, and make sure that we are able to implement all of the specially designed instruction and that the student can be successful in the program. If you look on our website as well, under the student support section, there is a document called skill alignment charts that really in-depth highlights what students need to be able to know, do, and or learn in the program. And it's a really great resource for students, parents, and even the students' case managers at their school to be able to sit down and transition plan with students. Trying to think, Dr. Books, if I left anything out there. Once we get the application, then we review all the applications, and we provide the information to the school districts mid-May of students who are accepted into the program, and then those counselors do inform you and the students, and then you also get a letter from us saying that the student is accepted into the program, what the program is, the campus, and what kind of requirements, uniform requirements, any tool requirements kind of thing that they would need.
Perfect. We did get one question. I am a student at Upper Darby High School. I submitted my application for auto tech to my counselor back in October. How difficult is it to be accepted into the program, and about how long before we know if we are accepted or not? Dr. Linda Lomas, would you be able to answer this question?
Yes, if this is an application for next year, we wouldn't be making decisions this early for next year because we wait until we have a bulk of the applications. So Can you put in the chat whether you were whether you applied for this year, or the Q&A, whether you applied for this year or for the beginning of next school year? Because that would my my response, my answer would be different depending on that. If it was for this year, then we should have received, okay, next school year. Okay, so that's fine. So we're still receiving, and we will be receiving applications for next school year. So it's really good that you got your application in really early. But we do make those decisions in the spring, and then you would hear in the spring about acceptance for next school year. And the fact that you got the application in very early is a very positive sign. So so you should probably be in pretty good shape.
Fantastic. We have another question. How would a day look in the times of COVID next year? Will it be hybrid or will it be something different?
So I'll take that one. We don't have a magic ball to know what next year's going to look like. However, we are currently 5 days in person. And I believe as long as we can be 5 days in person, we will be 5 days in person. Dr. Butts, am I stating that correctly?
Correct. So it is extremely difficult to do technical education, especially in the areas that we have the open house today without in-person instruction, at least for some of the time. This year, as everybody's aware, all the career and technical schools and all of the regular high schools throughout the 5 county areas around Philadelphia have struggled with the in-person instruction. We have kept our programs open, but we've had significant number of students who have a hybrid schedule through their sending district. Our anticipation as the vaccine begins being available, that we will be returning to whatever type of normal happens in the next 6 months, but we are definitely looking forward to a much more traditional schedule where our teachers can work with students in a very intensive and technical environment where they can in automotive get under the hood and look at the car and the lift with the students. There's items that we just can't replicate through a remote learning environment easily. And so my expectation is as the virus is beginning to lessen with the vaccine taking effect, where vaccines taking effect, the fall will look different than the past fall. And hopefully we can be offering a traditional career and technical education moving forward. But again, crystal ball is a little foggy right now, but that's my expectation. I was over at Fallcroft at a couple of the programs earlier today, and we were just talking about the reality. Our programs right now, this year looks significantly different than it did 2 years ago. And my hope is next year in the fall, we are able to start back fully in person without any of our districts in a hybrid or a virtual model.
Thank you so much for that, Dr. Butts. At this time, does anyone have any other questions that they would like to ask?
So I would ask just throw out to any of the teachers, and I'll give you all just a little preparation. Just if you would highlight, and it doesn't have to be everybody, just highlight why should, if I have a son or a daughter who is in high school entering into 10th grade or entering into 11th grade or 12th grade, why should my son or daughter be looking at automotive or looking at collision repair or looking at logistics for this upcoming year? What do you get out of coming to these 3 programs that really is able to for the students to then take later on in life, because the reality, cars likely in the next 20 years are to look significantly different than the cars now. But what are the takeaways that for a student, a parent, why should they send their student to us?
I guess I'll go first.
Oh, you got me on that one, Marty. Good, you're quick.
Okay. Well, first of all, almost 100% of people are going to own a car, rent a car, drive a car. So at some point, they're going to, need to be repaired, either collision repair, mechanically repaired. So, even if you don't choose this as a career, one of the, great outcomes is that you gain enough knowledge to be able to repair your own vehicle. If you do choose this as a career, we are preparing these students for entry-level positions in body shops, in auto mechanics garages, in dealerships. So coming here is a great choice for a lot of students that have, mechanical knowledge. They, want to learn more about cars. We have a lot of relationships with dealerships and body shops where we're placing kids, after graduation. And, they are, gaining enough experience here to, get or obtain a entry-level job and, and make a career out of it. But like I said, coming here, if you have a desire to work with your hands, if you have mechanical abilities, it's a great place to learn a lot of different things, safety, mechanical stuff. And, we try to create a good shop environment where it's safe and it's fun. And, hopefully, you develop relationships that'll last a lifetime with your teachers and fellow students. And, I think it's a great place. All three of my kids came here and, they all liked it. They all had good times here. They all learned a lot and they're all working. So I definitely do it. I was a former student here back in '86. So I think it's a great place to come. It's a great place to be. Thank you.
Any of the other teachers want to touch upon that?
Yeah, I'll just piggyback on what Marty was saying. I mean, I think the number one reason would be employability. The job market is tough. And we all know even now that the idea of just going off to college is going to make you employable has been one of the biggest follies that we know of, because go see who's bagging groceries sometimes at the Trader Joe's. They usually have, master's degrees in some subject that didn't get them a job, or there's a shortage in those jobs. I would say it's pretty safe to say that the majority of our programs would be considered at this point essential. So when you think of essential workers, our students are still, I had a student who worked through the pandemic at a dealership. He was on co-op and he stayed employed through that whole time and made money. So the trades that we're teaching are of extreme necessity to our society, but also highly valuable as far as employment goes and getting money without having to go into debt at the college level. Not saying not to go to college. I highly encourage going to college, but it's a great pathway. And it helps, create a better quality of life while you're attending a college or university for other studies as well. On top of that is to speak specifically about automotive technology. We're currently at a shortage of technicians. I just got a phone call from Hill Cadillac yesterday. He needs technicians of all levels. They were in a shortage. That industry was in a shortage 4 years ago. It's in a larger shortage now because people are retiring and there's a mass exodus of employees that are in older age that just want to get out because of COVID-19. So there's opportunities for all levels of technicians to get started in this field. And to be quite frank, a student that's not getting involved in this right now is going to miss the boat because it's in high demand. So I don't see a downside to attending technical education. Not only does it create a more well-rounded person upon graduation, but it also enriches their background, helps them be able to move laterally throughout life. It's not a one-track idea, so yeah, that's about it. I highly encourage all students to partake in technical education for that reason.
if I could just add on to that, Mr. Jenkins, our auto programs are one of the biggest sources of students going out on co-op. As he said, they're in high demand and they come to us looking for students. So a lot of times the students can have a good job and keep that job after they graduate from us. So students have been very, very successful.
And they're starting them at $14 an hour at high school. So that's the starting pay for our co-op students right now has been on average about $14 an hour, which is great money for a high school student.
Mhm. I posted the link to the application in the chat. If anybody wants to download it, please download the second link that I posted. Somehow my account got in on that link, but if anybody wants to download it, that is the link to the application on our website.
Rachel, can you just check on the chat? I'm not positive that link went to all people. I think it may have just went to the panelists.
Oh, okay. Oh,
It
geez.
did go to all panelists, but that's okay. I can copy it.
Sorry.
So Rachel, if you could take care of it, I would just highlight, similar to what the teachers have said and Dr. Lomas, what I see in terms of the job market, the industry market. If you take that $14 an hour just for a co-op position, that roughly translates into $28,000 to $30,000 a year if you carry that out. And I know, having spoken with my own dealership, my own place where I get the cars serviced, because of the competitiveness of getting somebody with skills, getting somebody who knows the industry, that has the techniques and can problem solve. It is a very competitive market for somebody that has good skill set, and you can make a very nice starting salary. I distinctly recall, and this wasn't in the transportation area, but I do recall a person who, when I was working in technical education over 20 years ago, leaving, going into the Army and becoming, leaving our welding program at the time and going into the Army and being able to get an expertise in an area that not many people had. And so he was very marketable for the next, as long as I have known him, being able to really demand what his pay is and being able to get high quality positions. And that's really what Mr. Jenkins was touching upon, the same way with Mr. Stamper, is the reality right now. The tech areas in transportation and logistics are in high demand. They're essential workers. They're not areas that are majorly impacted by whatever's happening out in society right now in terms of the pandemic. Everybody still needs to have a good mechanic, and I can definitely say when I go in and I want somebody that is able to problem solve and use their experience when they're fixing my car and fixing my brakes, because that's a critical piece. So any other comments from any of our teachers? And then just to give the participants a heads up, we're going to wrap things up unless there's additional questions. But any other comments from any of the panelists? Ms. Cotton, any additional items that you want to cover?
No, not at all. I think everything was covered. Again, I want to thank everyone for attending today. This will be posted on our website under dciu.org/DCTS under the open house tab that would be on the left-hand side. You'll be able to watch them all again if you want, or if you miss anything. But please feel free to look through our website, look on our social media, and see what the kids are doing every day. It's absolutely incredible the things that I get to see these students do when I walk into the classrooms. I'm always amazed by the different things that I'm learning from them, which is amazing. But thank you all again so much. This will be posted later today or tomorrow morning. And I believe that's it.
Thank you very much for everybody that participate, and have a good evening. And we look forward to next school year where hopefully things return to a much more normal technical education. Thank you all.
Absolutely.
Thank you, everyone.